What is up, people of the internet? It is your mate Nate back again, and I have some weight on my shoulders right now. Which is, for those of you who don't know, I waited 4 years for an autism assessment that turned out not to be. You know, I was so convinced, the doctors were convinced that that's what it was. People who I only had a mental health connection with thought that's what it was, you know? Fuck, I remember I went to an appointment and someone told me I work with people with autism and you exhibit some of their behaviors. So for my money, I would say that you were. And I took all those opinions on board, and it turned out not to be. So when I received that news, initially I was slightly deflated because I thought to myself, that's it. You know, what other choices do we have now? Because I definitely don't feel like normal per se, but at the same time, what other pathways are available to me? And then she said, but there, however, is a high chance that you are ADHD. And then my eyes lit up because I thought, we're not out of the race yet. Here comes the second wind. We could be ADHD. So now I have to get the ADHD assessment sorted. And it won't take 4 years this time because obviously I have the backlift of everything that happened during the autism assessment as ballast. So it's like, we already have you down as you're definitely something, so we can use what you've already had done as backlift to get you pushed up that list for a ADHD test. Now, we're going to be in a bit of exile in the midst of this, but all that means is that videos are going to be more frequent from myself because I'm going to be using this time to showcase my progression and things that I think, things that I feel on certain days, good and bad, which is very important. Because if you showcase all the bad days, people think that it's not going to get any better. And if you showcase all the good days, people will think that you were never really that worse off in the first place. So it's very important, to me at least, that I'm going to counter both of these things by showcasing the good and the bad. Now, I just want to give a quick shout out to Chilling with Shilling for shouting out the Survivors Instagram group, which I'm one of the members, your mate Nate, as he shouted out. As he said in his latest video, White Rabbit, if you have not watched that, please do. He said, we are open, and we are. We're open to anybody who feels like they're not being listened to. We're open to anybody who feels like they need someone who's been where they're at to really understand what they're telling the person they're telling. Yeah. Why does that not sound right coming out of my mouth? They need to know that the person they're telling their hardships to, that they understand where they're coming from so it makes sense. Because they've been where they're at. We got there in the end. Okay, so the Instagram group is, I don't know whether you'll be able to find it through searching for it, and I don't know if I can leave a link to it down below. We'll see. If you check the link down below and a link is there on Instagram, you'll know that it was successful and I was able to post a link there. If not, I will go back into the lab and I will find out a way that I can share the group with you guys. With that being said, I've been your mate Nate, and I will see you very soon.